He has been the PR for like 2 or 3 seasons now in Chicago. One of those notable players who does not have a Twitter always. So good stuff to Connie.
They just sent Storm to the Shadow Realm. That's crazy.
Resisting the urge of social media. The Indiana scene is represented here by the JAYFORCE and Ray team, and to be honest, they've had like a big changing of the guard in the Indiana scene. I used to know them pretty closely when it was like in the late Smash 4 to early Ultimate days, but they've had their whole scene pretty much upended.
But briefly
brought new talent into the light.
It's true. Well, they briefly lost Mysterica, and I believe are now getting Mysterica back.
Oh, is that true? I didn't know that.
I think. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've heard. But regardless, we are getting to see Link and Zelda going at it. So the Triforce Heroes team. Even, yeah. Going up against the other Canon team. It's Samus and Ivysaur. There's probably...
It's funny because there's 2 definitions of the word canon.
Thanks, Storm. Much appreciated. Back to the match. Red team off to the early deficit right now. JAYFORCE losing that early stock, not quite able to make it up. Ivysaur's got some heft.
That was on a Phantom team kill, too, I do believe, where Ray just let that Phantom rip. That Phantom takes up so much space, even in singles. Oh, see you later, Link! But no, there was no way for Charizard to recover without saving Link.
But that was hella smart by, I'm going to just say inflation. That's what's right there. Dom Muji. That was really smart by Dom Muji, though, to say, hey, this Link is at really low percents and I'm at like 100-something, so totally worthwhile trade every time. Now trying to go at it again. Nobody is stopping Dom Muji. Oh, my God.
I was expecting a footstool there, but instead it was just like the weird low hitbox of the Charizard up B. Good enough.
Well, that was
got no way to recover.
That was a share stock very early on. Ray was still on 3 stocks, and I think there was a moment where Jay was like, should I take it? And it's like, yes, of course. I'd rather be fighting 2v2, but do have a couple of stocks to make up here. We'll see if they can turn this around. But right now, man, I mean, the stage control from the blue team has been really, really nice.
Connie definitely the stock tank in this arrangement, and you can see why. Because Don Muji just goes off the stage and just like does whatever. Yeah, Connie is at 37% on this second stock. It does not really seem deterred at all. And Samus has so many tricks when it relates to coming back to like the center of the stage, right? We've seen like the bombs come out. We've seen the rolls come out at like really weird angles. It's been nice, just like conservative gameplay from Connie that has allowed Don Muji to take all these stocks.
We'll see so far that has continued to be the case. There goes another one. It is up to JAYFORCE on the 4th stock of the game, but in comes the big forward smash. Don Muji just an absolutely unstoppable force. I think that was at least 5, if not 6 stocks.
Maybe 5 and 4.
4 even. That's, oh, well, because the team kill.
Yeah,
I forgot about the team kill. A lot of stocks,
it was the 4, a team kill, and then maybe 1 counted as an SD?
Probably. That would make sense. Honestly, the down air at like what, like 30 off the right side of the stage for the second stock, that was also kind of.
They had it unlocked. The Battlefield game, that was like a 2-minute game.
Dude, I'm loving the color coordination. I'm getting distracted by the cool Frosty's blues.
I should have texted you. I apologize. But I was going to wear this Frost. I was locked into this flannel.
It wouldn't have changed anything. I didn't bring any blue clothes. Didn't think about it.
I'm really into purple lately.
It's a good color.
Purple is a great color. That'll be my color tomorrow.
Love hearing I'm really into purple lately. Like you're talking about like, I'm really into Street Fighter lately. Like, really into purple.
Really into mauve.
I think in a little while I'm going to start getting into shapes. I've been seeing some rhombuses, bro.
Yo, have you seen that triangle?
That's what I'm saying. All right, game number 2. Enough goofing around. We are on Town and City. No changes up from JAYFORCE or Ray, sticking to their mains. And honestly, well earned. There were just kind of a couple of cheesy stocks early on in that game 1 where you just kind of got to shake off the rust of the weight a little bit. Now we get back into it. Now we're going to see what they can do, especially with their counter pick.
Yeah, now we're on the final destination portion. Looks like the red team had a little bit of stage control here. Oh, JAYFORCE letting that hero spin charge.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Don Muji let him charge that, because in singles you can do whatever you want, but in doubles your teammate can easily come to save you. Ray unfortunately not able to do that for JAYFORCE, who does fall off stage for that first stock. Love the use of the disjointed Phantom though, falling all the way down, deking out the opponent, taking Connie's first stock.
So the Zelda Link team, you know, it's got the canon implications, right? It's a great canon team to play in a doubles. But it actually kind of struggles a little bit when it comes to having like that particular frontline, backline formation that we see in the doubles meta, right? Which of these characters is supposed to be the frontline? Probably Link with his frame data.
That's what they've been trying, but the problem is that Link doesn't really fit into that role and has been struggling and got cheesed by the water, just pushing him off stage. JAYFORCE having to go for another early share stock. Just not really able to pick up what's been getting put down so far. And again, kind of being forced into a role that Link doesn't necessarily occupy. Young Link would be able to, I think, do that, but Adult Link just a little bit too sluggish.
He's got the frame data to do that frontline role, but he doesn't have the speed to like take over the positioning in such a way that is dominant, right? Oh, and another team kill with the forward tilt. You don't like to see that.
JAYFORCE going to be responsible for 5 stocks of the red team being taken in this game. Never something you want to see, but just got to bring it back in the next one. Out of double jumps, all manner of things are happening right now. Could not get one more for the road. Blue team up 2-0. I don't know what that offstage situation was, I'll be honest with you.
When they were both off stage, I knew Flare Blitz was going to be pressed. I didn't know if it was going to be left or right. That was the mix-up.
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Because they were both like right on Link off the stage.
If he went left, I think there's a pretty good chance that JAYFORCE got back to the left ledge.
But then there's Samus now.
That's true.
That was, I suppose, the 50-50 they just generated by being literally both in that position and not caring if they died.
We'll see if their fortunes can change over on the red team for game number 3, going to Final Destination. Just completely flat. We don't want any platforms. We just want to see what happens if we take our projectiles and try to control one plane at one time.
Town and City really wasn't the the counter pick of Town and City is known for some gen. That was not the reason really that they lost. It was just some shenaniganry that happens in the scramble of doubles that I feel like if you're a team that has some more veteran presence, you know how to avoid some of that. And maybe if your team composition is a little bit more ready to deal with a Squirtle as a front line, same as back line. Or just like the double cannons of Ivysaur, as you mentioned previously.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I want to see, and I think they're starting to do this a little bit, change up the game plan to just have Ray be on the front line. I normally think of Ray being a very aggro Zelda player anyways, and I think that neither of these two players are currently like playing to the way that they normally like to. So I think that if Ray takes the front line, things can start looking up, and that's certainly what's been happening. That was like 5 empty hops by Don Muji just to get back through.
Back throw almost enough to KO the Ivysaur, but now we're switching over to Charlotte. And that fade back up air was crazy.
Doing that while drifting off stage too, because normally you're like, okay, you've been falling too long, you don't have the time to get that up air off, but that's where that off stage comes into play. I love that from Ray.
But you know what's a better up air? That hits like another zip code away other than Zelda's up air. Oh, but the up smash on the other side. Okay, Ray's taking some stocks.
And doing
this is how the team is designed.
Yeah, I think you just let Ray go ham, and JAYFORCE is the one to play support. I mean, going really well right now, right? That was JAYFORCE having that final stock on for much longer, and Ray continuing to get, that was Captain Falcon combos.
Here you go. This is exactly what you mentioned. Let Ray find these openings. JAYFORCE just kind of like control space a little bit more. You have those longer horizontal projectiles that can stop things. We're seeing more boomerangs from JAYFORCE. It's starting to matter.
I think that Link is just a really good support character. When he's not forced to kind of take the initiative in all these interactions, JAYFORCE just has a lot more freedom to really access the whole of Link's toolkit. Like you're saying, that boomerang is a great example. It's going to be up to the red team to hold on to this lead, though, because Ray being on the front lines as a light, fragile character like Zelda could lose this stock at any instant.
That's the kind of thing that oh, but what a rebound off of the down air. The down air from JAYFORCE leads to an up air from Ray, and that's the perfect team synergy. Forces a share stock. Connie doing that stock tank job role as well as he can, but you can't avoid that Link up smash for too long. Okay, another team kill, but
One per
what do you got,
game
Dom?
so far.
That's about quota.
Honestly, especially when you're, again, like, jumbling your rolls and such. Ray gonna try to take the initiative here on the ledge trap. Now side switch right here. All right, you take it now, Jay. And Jay and Ray able to put one on the board, getting it to game number 4.
If you ever needed a better example of how that Ivysaur up tilt is just dog water, it was that the Ivysaur up tilt whiffed on Link right next to Ivysaur, and then the Zelda punish
Yeah.
from like across the stage with an F smash.
You know how there are some moves where you're like, you know, this move's not that bad. It's just on a kit where it doesn't really work, but I can see it working on a different kit. Ivysaur up tilt's not one of those moves.
Yoshi's got like 4 of those, so
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that life.
Don't worry, Yoshi's got, what, best air drift in the game? Double jump armor? I think you're fine.
You know, there are 2 Yoshis on the most recent top 100.
One of them in the top 10, way to bury the lead.
One of them in the top 10. And I can't stop thinking about Banjo Copium. With the one in the top 50, top 60.
Remember when they added Banjo into this game?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm a weird person. But let's go back to Town and City here for game number 4. Connie and Don Muji. Yeah, it's throwing me off. Inflation, Don Muji. They're controlling the stage pretty well. The Ivysaur finding a way down, yeah, using those vines as effectively as possible to just swat out the sky, and the rebound into the up air from the top.
That was so unfortunate for Ray because having burned all those resources, there's not always a lot that you can do there. And when you're staring down that Ivysaur up air, it's just 50-50s all the way through.
Missed tech from Connie there on the side. Kind of goofy looking, but still looking relatively healthy on this first stock. Just about to reach 80%.
Ooh. I love the target switch right there from Don Muji, looking like he was about to go in for some support in center stage and then said, wait a second, I got Charizard back there to cover this platform. What am I thinking about?
Charizard is so violent in doubles specifically for that reason. Like, you can tunnel vision on one person, and then the second person just will not expect to switch.
Man, Don Muji, the movement has been so good, not getting locked down in that very extended 2v1. Loving what I'm seeing right there. Blue team still working with the lead, but red team doing a great job of bringing this one back. A lot of damage built up on Connie, and the shield popped, and the forward air, 2 boots. Oh my goodness.
I thought the get-up attack would hit Don Muji and knock them out of the stun there. But instead, it's Ray coming in with a forward smash. That's going to even up these stocks. We got ourselves a game after it looked like Team Blue was just in a commanding lead.
JAYFORCE trying to stay aggressive off stage, not able to get a second scoop. That was some really good team support there on the end of the blue team. But they got to stop playing support and start playing some offense because red team not only bringing this one back, I would say that they're just a squidge in the lead. Ray even able to come back to center stage and support the teammate, but still, who's taking that next stock? It will indeed be Ray with yet another lightning kick.
Yeah, red team's got that momentum, and momentum matters so much. Look at JAYFORCE waiting on the side, but the patient recovery from Don Muji. You like to see it.
And we saw that sequence so many times earlier in this game, just about a minute earlier. And Don Muji was like, I'm not getting scooped by these anymore. It happened one time. I was able to live it. I'm not going to be looking for that anymore. Ray trying to pick up an edge guard on the left side. JAYFORCE able to make that recovery as well. A little bit of Link versus Samus action on stage.
That bob jump was slick, but Don Muji has the killer instinct with that Ivysaur dare on the left side.
No combo breaker. And that forward air, you're not breaking out of that either. It's starting to look like we're heading to a game 5 unless Connie can pull off a crazy comeback, which would absolutely start with taking JAYFORCE's next stock, but that means you got to get around Ray.
And so far you do, but how are you going to apply pressure to these shields? Whoa! Oh, that would have been sick, but just a little off the mark with that hero spin.
Great reactions there by Connie, knowing how that knight is going to be used, but up smash, cover in the center of the stage, even with those cavernous ceilings on Town and City.
And Connie had the free punish on that dash attack. The first 2 hits of that up smash missed. Connie maybe a little impatient there, maybe seeing a little bit of those cracks in the defense because you're just a little too impatient, pressing that dash attack a little too fast.
So the Samus not really the ideal 2v1 character.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right? I mean,
I
in
think
Metroid, sure, but in Smash, you know, you're floaty. you know, you don't really have a lot of collateral hitboxes.
Connie had the opening, but allowed it to dissipate. And so here we go back to Town and City, just hoping not to let that lead disappear again as we saw it in Game 4.
Yeah, each team having a solid win to their names on this stage, but I mean, I think the important thing to note is that, you know, when Blue Team went up 2-0 and they got that win, I mean, we just saw a lot of mistakes, and I think we touched on this a lot in Game 3, but just a totally different strategy from the Red Team, right? We saw JAYFORCE trying to take the lead, and now it's Ray doing it. Things are working out much better.
Their strategy there from the Red Team was go hard on the Ivysaur, but Ivysaur's defense is held there on the right side, and that allowed Connie to charge like an entire charge attack, and then just apply this pressure now that they're both in the corner.
Love that escape from JAYFORCE. However, Ray getting caught off stage. Really good stuff by Connie to have that chase down, and racking on some extra damage over on the right side is Muji. Pretty even stuff right now.
Yeah, Muji's defense is holding very well, I think, from that corner pressure he was in previously, and now that's allowing this Charizard to press some very big, very obnoxious buttons as Ray tries to go for an up B aggressively into the stage. It might cost his team because JAYFORCE was very open on the side.
Wow, the bomb coming in so clutch for the Red Team, extending all three of those up smash hitboxes, and enough time for Charizard to be locked in shield for an easy shield poke forward air from Ray. That's bringing Red Team right back into this one, but man, Connie still sitting on that first stock.
And Connie trusts this Red Team to really not have those ledge traps unlocked, right? He has gotten away with a couple of jumps in situations where it's like, I think that Zelda should cover the jump a little bit better, and like they've just been free. So Connie holding onto that stock very well. Switching to Charizard at 62% is Muji, and again, it's going to allow those big hitboxes to happen.
And my goodness! Man, the aggression right there from JAYFORCE, unfortunately not working out, does result in another team kill, but critically does put a lot more damage onto Muji, who does an excellent air-to-air up air. Now down goes both Connie and JAYFORCE. Blue Team, though, chilling with a big lead.
Yeah, I don't know what that Nehru's Love was intended to soft parry on the left side here for Ray, but it cost them big time. And now this Blue Team has set up the formation. Charizard in front, Connie in back, and I guess you're going to flamethrower your teammate because, I mean, what else are you going to do?
It's a little cold in here.
It's cold outside.
It's a little frosty.
Let it rip.
Well, let it rip indeed. There's that up air sending Charizard to the skies with one of the most disgusting noises I've ever heard in this game. Regardless, I hope I don't ever have to hear that star KO again. There we go, though. That's the link off stage. JAYFORCE not going to make it back unless Ray's there to save him.
You tried.
Got hit by the full elevator, and Ray just a hit away from death. It looks like Red Team is going to be out of the winner's bracket in short order unless Ray can pull off a crazy clutch. And hold on, it could just happen.
All right, prognosticating a little bit for the next match. I'm a little concerned with how this...
Ooh.
Okay.
Would you care to prognosticate more?
Yes, I would. I would care to.
I don't know what that word means. That was way too many syllables.
Predict on the next one.
I see.
It's only 2 less syllables. Congratulations to Connie and Muji for moving on for the next round.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm a little worried about them for in winners finals is in that 1 versus 2 on the right side of the stage. It wasn't a clear formation on who was covering roll and who was covering jump. That is an important distinction that needs to become like an unspoken interaction in any well synergized doubles team, right? Mm-hmm. The reason I'm harping on this so much is because Tad and Raymond King are a well synergized double team, and you are going to have a lot of trouble in 1 versus 2 versus them if you let them get onto the stage for free. Even if you in the scrambles, you're winning those interactions and you're getting the stock leads, but it comes down to 1 versus 2. If you let one of them get on the stage for free, that's a bad time. One of you needs to cover the roll hard, and the other one needs to cover the jump as well as the neutral